Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Everyday Caddy for the Everyday Guy. So today's review is going to be on the Olight S2R Baton 2. This is a really awesome light, but before I get into that, I have to talk about something super serious. This is especially for the guys who watch my channel. Guys, it is not cool to give your partners my email address and have them mail me complaining that my review forced you to buy something you didn't want to buy. That's not legendary. So I'm going to chuck a disclaimer at the bottom here which says you shouldn't be forced to buy anything on my channel and you shouldn't feel pressured except for this. You should absolutely buy this no matter what the cost, 100%. Sacrifice everything in life to get this flashlight. So that's just me protecting myself. You don't have to buy anything, but you definitely should buy this. Okay guys, so let's get into this flashlight, which I totally am not forcing you to buy or recommending that you buy, but you absolutely should buy it. So before I talk about the flashlight, I'm going to tell you what's in the box. I don't do unboxing reviews, but I will show you. Obviously, you get your standard Olight box, which I have ripped to shreds because I open things like a child. You also get an Olight charger. Now, what's really cool about this charger is that it's the same charger as the one on the Olight S2R Baton 2. So you'll see I didn't even open mine yet because my S2R Baton's charger works just fine. So there is that interconnectivity that these two chargers have. So that's really cool. So one charger will do. Maybe you can put this in like your bug-out bag, whatever the case may be. So you always have a spare charger. You get a lanyard, standard Olight lanyard, really soft, really plush material, as well as a pouch, which is also like really soft and smooth and like a furry kind of material, which is really cool. So one of the things you'll notice off the bat about this light, which is different to most other Olights, is this really sexy blue anodized clip. It is an S clip, so you can clip it onto the peak of your cap just fine. Although I would recommend, if you do that, to clip it onto the top side of the cap as opposed to the bottom side. That way you have access to the on-off button really easily. However, if this clip is a bit too flashy for you, they do also supply you with the standard black clip. If you like to do things a bit more understated, here you go, you do get the standard black clip. One of the things I did want to talk about was this traffic cone one type thing that came with the Olight S2R Baton 2. So it is not interchangeable with the S2R Baton 2. So this one is slightly larger in terms of circumference over the S1R, but it will fit different lights. For example, it will fit on the M1T radar just fine. So I'm not sure what the compatibility guide is on this particular traffic one. Speak to Olight about that. I'm sure they'll be able to tell you exactly which lights it does and does not fit on. Okay, so then in lumen modes, obviously if you long press, you get your moonlight mode, which is, well, there you go, shining at the camera, you can see it, but it's very dim. This is probably the most useful mode on the Olights or pretty much any torch, because it means you can use it around the house without waking everybody else. Pressing and holding takes you up to low mode, which is 15 lumens. You can have that for 100 hours. Pressing and holding again takes you up to 120 lumens, which you can have for 14 hours. Pressing and holding again takes you up to 400 lumens, which you can have for 4 hours. And then double tapping takes you into turbo mode, which is 1150 lumens, and you can have that for 2 minutes, and then it'll dim down to 400 lumens for another 230 minutes. A triple tap takes you to strobe, then there you go. It maintains that really sexy grip texture that you got on the S2R Baton 2. I really like the feel of this. Like I said in the previous review, it feels like the grip texture of a Glock pistol just made out of anodized aluminium. So it's a really nice feeling. It's not too smooth, not too rough. They've got like this pyramid style thing just right. You do get your normal on-off button. This seems to be the way Olight is going, and it does also have the little green light indicator to tell you where your battery level is. So that green will dim to orange and then to red, and that sort of tells you it is time to charge. Also for me, one of the most important and functional things of a flashlight is the magnetic tail cap. I use this, I can't tell you how often I use. So this light I actually use as my sort of home defense light, and I stick it to the light fixture in my bedroom, so it's like a grab and go flashlight. And I actually did use this in a real life situation, which I fortunately do have on camera, and I'll talk about that a little later on. The battery is an 18650 lithium ion battery, and similar to the Olight S2R Baton 2, the whole body of the flashlight comes apart as opposed to just a tail cap. And with the size of this battery, you can sort of get where they get their power output from. Obviously, also with most OLEDs nowadays, it's IPX8 rated, which is fully dunk proof. It's got a 1.5 meter drop resistance. So that's very important because, trust me, those who know me, if something can be dropped or broken, I am the person to drop or break it. So that's very important for me when I buy a flashlight or pretty much anything. So guys, as I said earlier, I used this in a real life situation. So I'll just break it down very quickly. So what had happened was I'd gotten out of the shower and gone into our backyard / braai area, and I saw this dodgy looking thing on the garage of our next door neighbors, sort of coming towards me personally. Now, just getting out the shower, I knew for the fact that my firearm was in the safe. It's one of the few times I keep my firearm in the safe, obviously, because I'm not available and there's a firearm in the house. So I knew that wasn't going to be quick enough. Ran to the bedroom, grabbed this off that light fixture I spoke to you about earlier on, chucked it into turbo mode, and it effectively turned night into day. I can kind of honestly tell you that the shock of being lit up had deterred this person. Now, I don't know what his function was. Obviously, I couldn't and can't show you too much of the video. The amount of light emitted from this definitely startled him. Now, you got to remember also, these people most of the time are ambush predators. Light is might, and once you eliminate the opportunity to surprise you, and they realize, hang on, this is actually going to be a one-on-one situation with someone who looks fairly imposing on a bad day, they think twice. Never in my life thought I would do it, but I would say I used a torch or a flashlight in a defensive situation, and hand on heart, that really happened. Absolutely no lies, not staged for the cameras. That was something that actually happened in real life. So if you don't own a flashlight, definitely look into getting yourself a flashlight. Definitely look into getting yourself an Olight. They are pretty much, from my opinion, the market leaders in terms of EDC flashlights. I love them. Obviously, everybody has their own opinion about what they want in a flashlight. That's cool. I can appreciate that Surefire do good things, Fit Torch do good things, but I am 100% hand on heart an Olight guy. The S2R Baton 2 as a home defense usage torch really is useful, and also it's got a nice size. Like, it just fits your hand really nicely. You know, you can activate it quite easily. It's just a good size. The S1R Baton 2, which is my EDC flashlight, is a bit smaller, as obviously like just about half the size. So a lot of people don't like the smallness of this. I like this for EDC. And the reason I say get two of these is because this goes in a separate place when I'm not carrying it. It goes into like my EDC drawer, where all my everyday carry gear is in that drawer. So if I make an adjustment to that, I'll add something to it or take something out of it. But generally, this is in that drawer, so I know when I do sort of put on my clothing and head out, if that drawer is empty, then I've got everything I need on me. So there is definitely a function for having more than one. Yes, it's good to have at least one, but as we all know, two is one and one is none, and you're going to have that day where you need light and the one of them fails you. It's always good to have a backup, and this is way more than a backup. That's it, guys. Thank you very much to the guys at Olight SA. Henry Beeman is a super supporter of the channel. Like, follow this guy's page, follow all their pages, Manka as well. They really help to bring these reviews to you, and they are really supportive of my channel. So thank you so much to them. Have a good week, guys. I'll see you guys soon for another review. Cheers. God bless.